Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have World's Dawn, Enchanted Loot and RPG attributes in Skyrim. This is a mod that aims to add more depth to the game by offering more options when choosing your gear. It does this by offering a few core features that revolve around several new RPG attributes that you can also use to more precisely build your character. First and foremost, the mod distributes enchanted and tempered loot to all friendly and hostile NPCs. They can now also be found for sale at vendors and looted from chests all over Skyrim. So not only does this make loot more rewarding, but NPCs using randomly assigned enchanted or tempered gear makes battling them that more exciting. The odds of coming across these items depends on your character's level and what you set in the mod menu. So if you think they're too common or rare, then you can easily tweak it at any time. On top of that, the mod is fully compatible alongside any armor and weapon mods that add their items to the leveled lists. This includes face masks, cloaks, left-handed rings and other unique items. The mod also introduces a new RPG attribute system, similar to those found in many classic RPG titles. These attributes are strength, endurance, agility, dexterity, intellect, wisdom and personality. If you've ever played an older RPG with similar attributes, then you'll probably already know what they offer. Each attribute gives a certain minor enhancement to your character, and each one usually falls into a specific playstyle or class. So strength is great for warriors and offers increased health, regen and damage. Whereas agility is great for thieves, allowing you to move more quickly, have increased range damage and a higher crit chance. You'll gain one attribute point per level and they can be assigned in the mod menu. If you hover over them, you'll also be able to see the tooltip that explains exactly what each one does. Early on the difference will be negligible, but heading towards the mid game, the small percentages start to add up to make a big difference. However, the mod doesn't stop there. It also adds over 170 new armor and weapon enchantment effects to the game. These effects are selected randomly and applied to gear to offer different enchantments every time. In fact, you'll almost definitely never stumble upon two items that share the exact same enchantment across dozens of playthroughs, never mind one. The enchantment effects offer a huge amount of variety, and there's no way we could show you all of them in this video, but you can find a full list of them on the mod page. There's a good mix of passives and actives. For the passives, you'll find a varying percentage of bonuses to things like resistances, regeneration, damage or bonuses to new attributes. The new actives on the other hand will offer new skills that you can only use when you have that specific enchantment equipped. These skills can be auras, toggleable abilities or straight up attacking spells. There's also a very good balance of weak to strong enchantments, and the likelihood of what you'll find will depend not only on the level of your character, but also the enemy you face. So you should find exciting new loot throughout an entire playthrough, and on top of that, area bosses will now also be stronger than ever with their upgraded gear, which you're rewarded with when you loot their remains. As you'd expect, the mix of effects an item has will change its name. So an enchanted steel war axe could become a Deathbringer snapping steel war axe. This can be a bit long-winded, so if you'd prefer something simpler then be sure to head into the mod menu to choose between 3 different renaming options. You can select none to keep their default names, quality which will list its tempered status only, or RPG style which is the long-winded version but also has a certain charm and makes items feel that much more unique. To keep track of all the changes your attributes and enchantments are making, you can head into the character overview menu and see all of the percentage buffs in one place. However, keep in mind that this window ignores any buffs gained from perks. So let's say you found an item that works well alongside your character build, as well as a bunch of other enchanted items that don't. Your next step is to use the new augmenting system. This lets you increase the potency of the enchantment effects on a particular item. This requires an augmenting gem, crystal or stone, which will increase the potency by different amounts. These can be found randomly in loot, or you can absorb the magical power from all of your unwanted magical items. This can be done with a single item, or you can mass absorb every non-favorited enchant item in your inventory. You won't always get a gem, crystal or stone, but at the very least you'll get a piece of scrap which can then be smelted for some raw materials. Augmenting an item is easy and it's all handled in the mod menu. You even get to see the end result before you decide to augment. Also in the menu you'll find the assimilation system. This lets you transfer the enchantment from one item to any other item of your choosing. This requires one augmenting stone, but it might be worth it if you found a rare enchantment that you'd like to keep. And finally, the mod also adds several new potions to the game. These are designed to help you while adventuring, by offering temporary or permanent buffs to your character. So they might be an attribute point, a perk point, or simply increase the odds of finding magical items. All in all, outside of the big perk overhauls like Ordinator or Percus Maximus, we don't think there's been another mod that gives you as many options when building your character. Speaking of perk overhauls, the mod is fully compatible alongside all of them, including Requiem. In terms of balancing, the mod can't offer more than it already has. You can tweak pretty much every aspect of the mod that you want to, and keep in mind that while you can potentially use more powerful new enchantments, so can your enemies. So if you're interested in giving it a go, then you find everything you need down below. As always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mods you enjoy, be sure to check out g2a.com for some cheap games, and thanks for watching.